We are now in our week 9 lesson, and our topic for today is about graphs of linear equations into variables. So the objective of this lesson is you will be able to identify if the given is a linear equation into variables or not. Second is determine whether the given ordered pair is a solution or not to a linear equation into variables. And third is graph linear equations into variables by point plotting using the slope-intercept form and the intercept method. Okay, so let's start. So we have here an example. The daily transactions in a store involve applications of a linear equations into variables as shown in the problem. So we have here a problem. A salesman makes a basic salary of 25,000 a month plus a 5% commission on the total sales for the month. His monthly income can be expressed as a linear equation as follows. So we can make this into y equals 25,000 plus 0.05x. So ano ni si y variable? Si y, this represents his monthly income. And then si x, amo ni siya naga-represent sa iyang total sales for the month. So, ginamultiplyan siya sang 5% commission, where y represents the monthly salary and x represents the total monthly sales. The equation can be written in general form as ax plus by plus c, where equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers such that a and b are both not equal to 0. This is called a linear equation into variables x and y. So again, when we say equations, linear equations into variables, we are involving two letters. So, muna siya si x kag si y. But in math or in algebraic expression, we are not using letters, but rather we are using variables. So, we have variables x and y. So, we are only using two variables. Okay, so let's have here an example. The equations y equals 25,000 plus 0.05x. So, pila ka variables ang makita sa first equation. So, we have first variable here and then we have the second variable. So, we ara lang ta duha ka variable. So, therefore, example number 1 is an example of linear equations into variables. So, again, magambal ka gani linear equations, dapat ang highest of degrees ng exponent niya is 1. So, kung 2 na da gani yung exponent, therefore, hindi na siya linear equation. So, let's have another example. Y equals 1/4 x plus 7. So, lang tabunta sa diri nga equation, pila ka letters aton makit-an or pila ka variables. So, we have y first, and then we have here x second. So, we only have two variables. So, lang tawon tang aton yung mga variables kung pila ila exponent. Pilang exponent din ni 1? So, ni y. So, we have 1. And then, ang exponent ni x, we have also 1. So, therefore, this is an example of linear equations into variables. Also, same here, 2x minus 5y equals 1. And then, y equals 7x. Are linear in variables x and y. Okay, so let's have another example. Which of the following equations is a linear into variables? So we have number 1, y equals 2x plus 6. Okay, so this is, yes, x and y are each in degree 1. Since aton variable y na y and x are in degree 1, therefore it is a linear equations into variables. Next, number 2, y equals negative 4x squared minus 1. Okay, so this is not linear since the degree of x squared is 2. So, kung nakita nyo, aton variable x, iyang exponent is 2. So, dapat sa linear, ang exponent is always 1, hindi na 2, 3, 4, or any number. Basta 1 lang gid ang sa linear equation. Although may ara kita duha ka variables, x kag y, galing ang diferensya naman is the exponent. Dapat ang exponent is 1 lang. Okay, number 3, we have C equals 5 over 9 times the quantity F minus 32. Yes, C and F are each in degree 1. Since ang aton variables are C kag F, and then ila exponents ng variable ta is 1. So therefore, it is an example of linear equations into variables. Okay, the equations y equals mx plus b and ax plus by equals c. Y equals mx plus b is referred to as the slope-intercept form, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So again, kung mo makitaan yung format ng ating equation, y equals mx plus b, ginatawag tani siya nga slope-intercept form. Since may ara kita given yung slope, amula siya ang tupad sa variable x, si m, muna siya atong slope, and then given ang aton y-intercept nga si b. So that's why ginatawag siya slope-intercept form, given si slope and the y-intercept. Next, we have ax plus by equals c is called the standard form, where a, b, and c are real numbers such that a and b are both real numbers such that a and b are both not equal to 0. By convention, we make a must greater than 0. So, mo na siyang ginatawag nga standard form sa aton nga equations. Here are the steps in graphing ax plus by plus c equals 0. So, first is solve the equation for y, and then choose the values of x, substitute each value in the equation, and find the corresponding value for y. Number 3 is make a table and record the ordered pairs. And fourth is plot the ordered pairs and connect the points. Okay, so let's have an example para mas maintindihan niyo. Example, make a table and graph for 4x plus y equals negative 2. So for the solution, step 1, solve for y. So since ang aton nga given is 4x plus y equals negative 2, dapat ang sa left side sa aton equation, ang mabilin is y na lang sa left side. Para uniform, sa aton tanan, we put the variable y on the left side, and then ang other, yung mga variables, dito na sila sa right side sang equal sign. So, para ma-remove ni si 4x sa left side, nag-subtract kita both sides by negative 4x. So, we have now y equals negative 4x minus 2. Or I mean, nag-subtract kita 4x both sides. So, we have now our solve for y is y equals negative 4x minus 2. And then, our ton nga slope, since diba ang given ta na is, ara na siya sa slope-intercept form. Okay, so we have here, again, aton formula y equals mx plus b. So, ang m, ang tupad sa aton variable x, amo ni siya sa slope. So, ang aton dm is negative 4. Therefore, aton slope is negative 4. And our y-intercept is, amo ni siyang y-intercept ang b. So, ang beta d is negative 2. So, that's why we have here, our y-intercept is negative 2. Next, step 2 is choose the x values and solve for the corresponding values of y. Then, step 3 is make a table and record the ordered pairs. So, sa step 2, pwede na ni sila makombine ni step 3. Kaya ma-choose kita mga x values. So, pwede ka muna ka-decide kung ano nga mga x values ang pwede nyo i-assign. Okay, so make a table and record the ordered pairs. So, aman siyang kaginao sa step 2. So, ang gimpili ko nga mga x variables, or ang gimpili ko nga x values rather, or negative 1, 0, and 1. So, pwede ka mo ka-decide kung ano gusto nyo nga values ang x pilion nyo. Pwede ka mo 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, o depende sa inyo. And then, we substitute the values of x, nga ginkuha ta, i-substitute ta sa equation, so that we can get the ordered pairs. Okay, so ang first maging kuha is -1. So if x is -1, so ang variable bilang nga x sa aton nga equation is lang tani siya -1. So we substitute -1, 4 times -1 equals -2. So this becomes 4 times -4 times -1 is +4 minus 2, then 4 minus 2 is 2. So, if x is -1, then si y is 2. Therefore, ang aton ordered pair is -1, 2. Okay, next. Ang gin-choose ko naman yung values ng x is 0. I-substitute si 0 sa aton yung x variable. So, this becomes y equals -4 times 0 minus 2. And simplifying, we have -2. So, if x is 0, therefore, si y is -2. Ang aton ordered pair is 0, -2. Okay, if gin-choose ko nga values ng x is 1, and then we substitute 1 sa aton variable nga x, diri o. So, we have y equals -4 times 1 minus 2, simplifying, the answer is -6. So, therefore, if x is 1, y equals -6. Ang aton ordered pair is 1, -6. So, again, pwede ka mo ka-choose any number to represent your x values. So, pwede ka mo kapili. Miski ano nga numbers nga makitaan sa aton nga x axis. Okay, so kaginang given to nga mga points ang ara sa third column sa aton nga table, we plot this to our Cartesian plane. Okay, so we plot -1, 2. So, ilocate the -1 sa aton x-axis. So, are si -1, and then ang y is 2. So, you count 2 units upwards since positive. Okay, so are si point -1, 2. And then are si point 0, -2, and then point 1, -6. And then you create a straight line connecting these points. So that's how we graph a linear equation in standard form. Okay, next is steps in graphing linear equations using the slope and intercept are as follows. So first is write the equation in the form y equals mx plus b. So, i-change the ganun sa always into slope and intercept form. Plot the y-intercept b at 0b. From y-intercept, plot another point using the slope m equals rise over run. Draw the line through the 2 points, then use a third point to check. Okay, so let's have an example para mas hapos intindihan. Example, graph 3x plus y equals 2 using the slope-intercept form. So, for the solution is to convert this or to make this into a slope-intercept form. So, dapat sa left side, si y na lang bilhin. Paano tayo ma-remove si 3x? So, we subtract both sides of the equation by 3x. So, nag-minus ko di 3x sa left side, ma-minus man ko di 3x sa right side. So, we have now y equals -3x plus 2. Again, para makita nyo. So, dapat si y na lang mabilin sa left side. Paano ni makakasi 3x? So, we have 3x. Of course, ma-minus ko di 3x para mahimo siya 0. Plus y equals 2. So, kung nag-minus ko di 3x, ma-minus man to dapat sa right side ng equation 3x. So, we have, so this becomes 0. Mayroon kita y equals 2 minus 3x. So, pwede man ni siya, y equals negative 3x plus 2. Change ko lang ang position nila ni 2 and 3x. Okay, so given ang atong slope, O, tulokon ta lang sa equation, mabalaan ta ng slope. Okay, so di ba ang slope tari si M? So, ano nga number ang tupad sa aton variable x? So, the coefficient, amo na siya ang aton nga slope. So, negative 3. So, aton slope is negative 3. Ang rise niya is 3 and then iya run is negative 1. Or pwede man iya rise is negative 3, then iya run is 1. So, and our y-intercept, so nung B, that is 2. The y-intercept is 2, then plus the point 0, 2. Okay, so ma-base ang aton starting point is ang aton nga slope or ang aton nga y-intercept. So, diri kita ma-base sa 0, 2. Since ang aton nga B, amo ni siyang y-intercept, that's why nga nag-0, 2 na di siya ha. Okay, so for the step 3 is, from the point, use the slope negative 3 over 1 to locate another point. So, ang aton kagina nga point is 0, 2. So, amo ni siya aton starting point. So, pwede kita ka go up 3 units and 1 to the left, or pwede man kita ka 3 units down and 1 unit to the right. Okay, so in this case, ang ginagamit ko ya is 3 units down. So, from 0 to, amo siya itong starting point ha. Let's count 3 units down. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 unit to the right. 1. So, therefore, ari din isa ka point nag-allocate. Sa point 1, negative 1. So, pwede man kita ka go up 3 units. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 unit to the left. So, pwede man is si negative 1, 5 nga point. So, ako niya gingamit niya is 1, negative 1. And then, you draw a line to connect the 2 points. So, take note, 2 points can determine a line. So, 2 ka points, pwede na sila ka-create a line if you connect these 2 points. Okay, so 5 is, use a third point on the graph to check is negative 1, 1. A solution to y equals negative 3x plus 2 is the point 1, negative 1 on the line. Okay, so let's check if ang aton kagina nga point is ara gid man siya sa aton nga equation. So, given tong aton equation nga y equals negative 3x plus 2, so let's substitute. So, let's substitute the value of y is negative 1 equals negative 3, and then ang value ka x is 1 plus 2. So, you solve negative 1 equals negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1 equals negative 1. Therefore, it's true. The point, ang point to kagina nga nakuha ta is a solution to our equation. Kaya na-satisfy ya. Since negative 1 is equal to negative 1. Okay, next is the equation x over a plus y over b equals 1. The equation x over a plus y over b is equals 1 is called the intercept form, where a is the x-intercept and b is the y-intercept. When a graph intersects an axis, the coordinate of the intersection is called an intercept. Again, kung mag-agi gani ang aton nga graph sa axis, either sa x or y axis, ginatawag ang the coordinate of the intersection is called the intercept. If the line crosses the x-axis at point A, 0, so ang A, any value sa mga makitaan sa aton nga x-axis and ang y ta is 0, then the number A is the x-intercept of the line. If the line crosses the y-axis at the point 0B, so sa diri naman yang aton nga x value is 0, and then ang aton din nga b is any value nga makitaan sa y-axis. The number of b is the y-intercept of the line. So take note yun yung aton yung x-intercept kag y-intercept ha. A, 0, then 0B. So below are the steps in graphing the linear equations of intercept form x over a plus y over b equals 1. To solve for the y-intercept, use x equals 0, and then to solve for the y-intercept, use y equals 0, then plot and connect the points. So let's have an example. Graph 3x minus 2y equals 6 using the intercept method. So for the solution, step 1, solve for y-intercept. So mag-solve kita sa y-intercept, we let x equals 0. So ang variable nga x, makita sa aton equation, we make this into 0. So ano may kita di x. X variable. So we change this into 0. So 3 times 0 minus 2y equals 6. So we have now negative 2y equals 6. So para ma-remove this negative 2, we divide both sides of the equation by 2. By negative 2. Okay, so we have now negative 2y divided by negative 2. The answer is y. And 6 divided by negative 2. The answer is negative 3. So therefore, our y-intercept, di ba ang y-intercept is in the form 0b. So ang beta is negative 3. Ang aton y-intercept is 0, negative 3. Okay, so to solve for the y-intercept, let y equals 0. So, ang to solve for the y naman niya, to solve for the x-intercept, ang tanan yung y variable, we make this into 0. Sorry, ang y variable, imuunta na siya 0. So, we have 3x minus 2 times 0 equals 6. And simplifying ang nabilin, we have 3x equals 6. So, para ma-remove ni si 3, we divide both sides of the equation by 3. So 3x divided by 3, the answer is x. 6 divided by 3, the answer is 2. Therefore, ang aton nga x-intercept is 2, 0. So, ang value ni A is 2, and then ang value sa aton nga y coordinate is 0. So, aton nga x-intercept is 2, 0. So, we plot this. Step 3 is plot the points 0, negative 3, and 2, 0, and then connect them. So, i-plot ka lang ni sila, and then, charan, make a straight line to have a graph. Okay, so any questions? If you have questions, kindly message me to our group chat, and thank you for listening. Kindly pass your week 9 modules on Friday. Thank you.